Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm Elizabeth and today I'm going to speak to you about crystals for Virgo energy. Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac. Virgo is a mutable sign. Virgo is an earth sign. Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. And Virgo's mantra is I analyze. The words for Virgo that I've got here are service, analysis, efficiency, perfectionism, purity, modesty, focus on self. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, right? So Virgo is all about analysis, analyzing things. How does this work? How can we make this work better? So Virgo is very critical, but the critical aspect of Virgo is not aimed at, it's not criticality aimed at just criticizing for the sake of criticizing. Virgo's critical capacity is aimed at making things better, okay? So making things better than they already are and improving things. Virgo is a very industrial sign, so Virgo is very good at making things work. Virgo is very linked to, like, as it's an earth sign, it's very linked to, like, you know, earthy things like plants, small animals. Virgo rules small animals, so like pets, things that you have to nurture. I always think of like a nurturing when I think of Virgo. And the season that Virgo falls in is kind of, what is it called? That season where you start putting everything away because it's going to get cold soon. Harvest. So, you know, when you start putting things away and organizing everything, organizing your crops. Obviously, most of us, I think, live in kind of a modern world now. So we're not as in tune with those cycles, but Virgo season would be the season when you would do the harvest and start putting things away and organizing things so that you have food, enough food to carry you through the winter when the months get cold and the land is more barren. You might notice Virgos like to save things for the future rather than just now, like maybe a Leo would. I'm a Virgo, so yes, I'm a Virgo. I know, I'm annoying. I know I'm annoying. I'm a Virgo, so the stones I've chosen are pretty much stones that I really like or that I feel enhance my Virgo sun placement in a way. So I've chosen stones that are connected to the earth. I've chosen stones that are about that thinking that Virgo is always doing, you know, with the analysis and being ruled by Mercury. It's a very analytical thinking sign. So I've chosen stones to do with kind of the earthiness of Virgo and the organizing kind of thinking capacity of Virgo. So anyway, let's talk about what stones they are. The first one is Moss Agate.
Stabilizing stone strongly connected with nature, Moss Agate is said to refresh the soul and enable you to see the beauty in all you behold. A stone of wealth, Moss Agate attracts abundance. Mentally, Moss Agate promotes self-expression and communication.
So Moss Agate is good for attracting abundance. It's good for improving your self-esteem, getting along with other people. Moss Agate reduces your stress and gives you an overall sense of peace because it also is connected to that abundance of like the earth, the good green earth, all the plants and all the life that we have, animals and, you know, that kind of earthiness. My experience with Moss Agate, I really feel in tune with the earth and its rhythms. I feel in tune with my plants. Whenever I use Moss Agate on a more, not on a physical level, but on a deeper level, I feel in tune with my plants. Or you need water, or you need, you know, talking to, you know, some people talk to their plants because they're crazy. Or because they use Moss Agate and they're in tune. I also use Moss Agate with my plants, so I have these little chips and I do like to put these chips in my plants to keep them healthy. Moss Agate is also good for an abundance mindset as well, and Virgos are quite good, I think Virgos are quite good at accumulating and abundance. So yeah. Next stone that I picked is Topaz.
Topaz is a mellow, empathetic stone that directs energy to where it is needed the most. This crystal brings about a trust in the universe. It cuts through doubt and uncertainty. Topaz aids problem solving and is particularly useful for those engaged in the arts. This stone has the capacity to see both the bigger picture and the minute detail, recognizing how they interrelate.
Topaz is good for recharging you. Topaz is a stone of truth and forgiveness, problem solving, and clear thoughts. Now, the reason why I chose Topaz is because of its capacity to give you like clear thinking. The thinking it gives you is on a level where you're not only focused on the small details, but you're able to see the big picture as well. And I am aware that Virgo can sometimes be very focused on the small details, thereby neglecting like the huge details of things. So you can just be really focused and rabbiting away and being so critical of getting this one task right that time has passed you by and you've forgotten about everything else that needs to get done. Or you're having an idea and you're thinking about this one thing that you need to execute it, rather than looking at the big picture and all the different things that need to be in place so that you can execute it, rather than focusing on that one thing that then hinders you from making big progress. So Topaz is really good for giving you a large view of things. I feel it's very expansive, Topaz. Topaz gives you more certainty. It removes like that sense of indecision that you might have. I feel like sometimes Virgo energy can be a bit indecisive. Maybe because it's close to Libra, but anyway, it gives you like clear decision making skills. Basically, Topaz is really good for. Experience with Topaz, I have really focused thought. I'm able to focus, but like I said, not too much on the small details, just on, I'm able to focus my thoughts on things and get through them really quickly. It gives me really good clarity of mind. It gives me a sense of overall confidence and self-assuredness. Also, it just makes me feel really lucky and attractive. Again, not physically attractive, but attractive in a sense of bringing things to me that I need and being in alignment with my desires and my purpose and stuff like that. So I really like Topaz, and I feel that it's a very, very good stone for Virgos. The next stone is Sardonyx.
Sardonyx is a stone of strength and protection. It invokes the search for a meaningful existence and promotes integrity and virtuous conduct. Sardonyx supplements willpower and strengthens character. It increases stamina, vigor, and self-control. This stone aids in the processing of information.
Sardonyx is really good for strength and protection. It's really good for integrity and virtue. It really makes you feel responsible and grounded. Sardonyx is really good for boosting your willpower and your stamina. I picked Sardonyx because of the way it makes you feel so stable and grounded, which is very Virgo-like. Virgos are usually quite, obviously, with astrology, the whole chart has to be looked at, so there might be other factors where you've met a Virgo that isn't stable or grounded. But usually Virgos are quite stable and grounded and earthy and really kind of have this responsibleness about them. It's Sardonyx because it encourages integrity, also because of the way it enhances the way you process information. And I think that that's something that's very Virgo-like, is the capacity to process information and analyze, like the way Virgo does. So that's why I picked Sardonyx. Sardonyx always gave me this sense of real inner strength and stability and groundedness, like I mentioned previously. It gave me a sense of confidence and a sense of my will being directed in the right place, and my will being almost like there was nothing I couldn't do. That's what Sardonyx made me feel like, that boost of energy and what's it called when you really are sure that the perseverance. So Sardonyx helped me with that feeling of perseverance, which I think is very Virgo like as well, actually, come to think of it. So yeah, that's why I picked Sardonyx. So those are the 3 stones that I've chosen: Moss Agate, Topaz and Sardonyx. And these 3 stones have Virgo like qualities and will help you kind of tap into that Virgo archetypal energy of organization, capacity to think and analyze, and just being one with the earth, which is Moss Agate, being in tune with nature, you know. I hope you enjoyed that videos. I hope you get to try some of the stones that I've mentioned. I'd love to hear how it went. Please leave me a comment. I'd love for you to subscribe and of course like the video. And I'll catch up with you on the next video, which will be Libra. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.